see the design procedure of root locus for complex roots. Step number 1, let me assume this as my open loop transfer function g of s which is equal to s plus 2 divided by s square plus 3s plus 2. For this complex roots, how you are going to plot your root locus? Step number 1, as the of your real roots, to find the poles and zeros n and m. Step number 2, to find the centroid. Step number 3, to find the angle of asymptote. The formula for angle of asymptote is plus or minus 180 2q plus 1 divided by n minus m. To find the breakaway and breaking points, C of s divided by R of s, this is your closed loop transfer function, general term C of s divided by R of s, which is equal to G of s divided by 1 plus G of s into H of s. So H of s is a unity feedback system, is H of s value is 1. So this is nothing but a characteristic equation. From this characteristic equation you need to find the two roots, and from the two roots you need to find the what's the actual breakaway and breaking point that we have discussed in previous video. So step number 5, angle of departure. This is something new compared to real roots. This is especially suitable only for complex roots. Formula is theta which is equal to 180 minus of theta 1 plus theta 2 plus theta 3. And sixth step is the same as that of your real roots. From the characteristic equation you need to equate the imaginary parts to 0, means you will get the value of omega. If you equate real parts to 0 from the characteristic equation, means you will get the value of k. Now we are going to focus only on the angle of departure section theta. How we are going to find out the theta? Let me assume a normal axis, this is my imaginary, this is my real, and my two complex poles are located at here this point, my one pole at origin and another pole at something near to minus infinity. Let me assume this as my reference pole, and I am going to join my line to reference poles. Let me consider this as my first theta 2, this as my theta 3, that is this as my theta 1, theta 2, this is theta 3. So now from this, if you find the value of theta 1, which is equal to 180 degree minus tan inverse of b by a. B is nothing but the height from x axis to my reference pole. This is my b. My a is value from my reference x axis. This is a. Yes, my a. You substitute the value of b and a in this equation, means you will get the value of theta. So theta 2 you can directly say the value is 90 degree. Theta 3, it lies to my left hand side of my reference pole, so that means you won't get this 180, you will get tan inverse of b by or b dash by a dash. Same way, b dash is value height from my third pole to my reference pole, this is b dash, and from here x axis, this is a dash. You will get the value of theta 3. If you substitute all those theta 1, theta 2, theta 3 in this fifth step, means you will get the value of theta. Let me assume it as 90 degree. For my understanding purpose, let me assume it as theta. So the procedure to plot your root locus, this is your imaginary axis, this is your real. So you are having complex poles and real poles and zeros in real axis. Step number 1, you have marked your poles and zeros. Step number 2, you need to mark your centroid. Let me assume my centroid at this point, this is my centroid. And third one is angle of asymptote. Let me assume my angle of asymptote as 45 degree. Angle of asymptote as 45 degree. And breakaway and breaking point, consider it as, let me assume my breakaway point as plus 2 plus 2j, 2 plus 2j and 2 minus 2j, and angle of departure as 90 degree. Omega value as 4j or 3j, let me assume plus or minus 3j as your crossing point imaginary axis, crossing point on your imaginary axis. And fourth step is 2 plus 2j as your actual breakaway point. This is the value of 2 in real axis and 2j here. From this point till this your breakaway point flows. This is your 2j. And in negative side also, this is 2j minus 2j from here to this point your path may travel. And your fifth angle of departure is 90 degree. So at the centroid you need to keep your protector and draw a line towards your marking your 90 degree. You will get like this. Then step number 5 is 3j, the crossing point. You need to mark it over here. It's 3j. Here also this is your, let me mark it as 3j over here. This is your 3j. So that's it. You need to plot the path. Let me first path travels from real roots from the origin. Let me say from first path travels from origin and it touches your centroid and travels till this and it reaches its imaginary pole. From imaginary pole it travels till breakaway till this. It travels from your imaginary axis, travels and it breakaway and travels parallel to my angle of asymptote. Same way another path will flow like this, and my third path travels, it breaks over here and it travels like this parallel to your angle of asymptote. My fourth path will travel like this and it crosses my crossing point imaginary axis over here at 3j. So this is how you will get my fourth path will be like this. Arrow mark, don't forget to put the arrow mark. So I hope this video will be useful for plotting a root locus for complex plane. Thank you.